everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm Addie, and today we are watching 12 Angry Men, and to be honest, I'm really excited about this one. I mean, I've just heard that this is so well done, such a great movie. I do hope that I'm not walking into this movie with too high of expectations, because I am really excited to get into this one, so, I mean, hopefully I enjoy it as much as I think I'm going to enjoy it. I do remember getting a lot of recommendations for this one after watching A Few Good Men, and I guess I really haven't seen a lot of courtroom dramas, so I was afraid that the movie would feel slow, that I wouldn't really be into it, but that was not the case at all. I mean, I was so invested in this story, so invested with finding out what comes next to put together all of the pieces of the puzzle. The movie just flew by because I was so invested, so I do hope that's the case with this one as well. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe and to check out my Patreon if you want to vote on what I watch next. And let's get into 12 Angry Men.
It's now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy. However you decide, your verdict must be unanimous. The death sentence is mandatory in this case.
Wow, so if they're found guilty, it will be a death sentence. Okay.
The jury will now retire.
These are our 12 Angry Men, I assume. "12 Angry Men," here we go. Henry Fonda. I assume that there's relation to Jane Fonda? So if it's hot in there, that's not going to put them in a good mood to start the day, to start this conversation.
This is going to be the hottest day of the year.
Ooh, definitely a hot day.
What's that for? Oh, I thought we might want to vote by ballot.
Great idea.
Is there a time limit on this, or are they just in this room until they make a decision?
I almost fell asleep. What gets me is where those lawyers talk and talk and talk, even when it's an open and shut case like this one. Now let's get started, huh?
Okay, he said it's an open and shut case, so the evidence seems like the guy is guilty. All evidence is pointing to that as of now.
I tell you, we were lucky to get a murder case. I figured that's for an assault or burglary. Boy, they can be the dullest.
You're excited for murder. Okay.
These hot weather colds can kill you. I can hardly touch my nose, you know what I mean?
So it's really hot in here, and you have a cold on top of that. Okay. Not a great circumstance. That's uncomfortable.
Okay, man, let's take our seats, huh?
Yeah, we can all get out of here pretty quick, huh? I happen to have tickets to that ball game tonight.
Well, I thought we'd sit in order, you know, by jury numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on around the table.
I'm curious, is this whole movie basically in this room?
Gentlemen at the window, we'd like to get started.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Les, is everyone here?
The old man is inside.
Oh, would you knock on the door for him?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever just to get everyone seated at the table.
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
Let's vote. Who knows? Maybe we can all get out of here.
So some of them just want to get this over with. I mean, probably all of them, to an extent.
Just remember that this has to be 12-0 either way. Now, all those voting guilty, please raise your hands.
Oh, it seems like some of them were waiting to see what other people were voting. Like they weren't solidly for that.
Those voting not guilty? 1.
It's the one.
So, what are we doing now?
I guess we talk.
You really think he's innocent?
I don't know. It's not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first.
Yeah, this is a big decision. We should at least discuss this.
We're talking about somebody's life here. We can't decide it in 5 minutes, supposing we're wrong.
Supposing we're wrong. Look, what's the difference how long it takes?
Let's take an hour. Ball game doesn't start till 8 o'clock.
We have time.
I'm willing to sit for an hour.
Great. I heard a pretty good story last night. That's not why we're
No. Let's discuss the case.
This kid's been kicked around all of his life. You know, born in a slum. He's had a pretty miserable 18 years. I just think we owe him a few words, that's all.
We don't owe him a thing. Listen, I've lived among them all my life. You can't believe a word they say. They're born liars.
Only an ignorant man can believe that.
Ooh.
Do you think you were born with a monopoly on the truth? I think certain things should be pointed out to this man.
Oh.
Suppose we go once around the table. I guess you're first.
Well, it's hard to put into words. I just think he's guilty.
I feel like if you're going to vote for someone to die, vote guilty that would lead them to die, I feel like you should be able to put it into words why he's guilty.
The old man lived downstairs under the room where the killing took place. He heard loud noises. Said it sounded like a fight. And he heard the kid yell out, "I'm going to kill you." Second later, he heard a body hit the floor. Saw the kid running down the stairs and out of the house. You can't refute facts. The kid is guilty.
Listen, what about the woman across the street? If her testimony don't prove it, nothing does.
Did she actually see it?
She looks out the window, and right across the street, she sees the kid stick the knife into his father.
How good is her eyesight? I'm curious. I mean, she might have seen a killing, but is she sure that it's him?
You don't believe the boy's story. How come you believe the woman's? She's one
Ooh.
of them, too, isn't she?
Oh,
You're a pretty smart fella, aren't you?
you don't really have an answer for that, do you?
I was looking for a motive. If you don't have a motive, where's your case, right? Didn't they say something about a fight and an argument between the old man and the son?
They heard an argument. They heard the father hit the boy twice. Finally, they saw the boy run angrily out of the house. What does that prove?
Yeah, I mean, I've fought with my parents, I don't know, thousands of times, but I've never wanted to kill him.
I can't see 2 slaps in the face provoking him into committing murder.
Everyone has a breaking point. It's no secret children from slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
The kids who crawl out of these places are real trash. I don't want any part of them, I'm telling you.
Listen,
You have something to say now.
I've lived in a slum all my life. I've played in backyards that were filled with garbage. Maybe you can still smell it on me.
Come on now, there's nothing personal
Oh,
about
there
this.
was something
Oh,
personal.
come on, fella. He didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive.
Your turn down there, let's go.
I didn't expect a turn. I thought you were all going to try to convince me. Wasn't that the idea?
Check, that was the idea.
Oh, I forgot about that. He's right.
Well, yeah, I feel like he should explain his case as well.
According to testimony, the boy looks guilty. Maybe he is. I began to get the feeling that the defense counsel wasn't conducting a thorough enough cross-examination. He let too many things go by, little things. Maybe it's also possible for a lawyer to be just plain stupid, isn't it?
You sound like you met my brother-in-law.
Those 2 witnesses were the entire case for the prosecution. Supposing they're wrong.
What's the point
Yeah.
of having witnesses at all?
Could they be wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, our minds are not always completely reliable when recalling information.
What about the switch knife?
It had a very unusual carved handle and blade. They identified the death weapon in court as that very same knife. He claims that it fell through a hole in his pocket on the way to the movies sometime between 11:30 and 3:10. Now there's a tale, gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound good for the boy.
Now are you trying to tell me that this knife
Yeah.
really fell through a hole
I
in
don't
the
know why
boy's
that scared
pocket?
me. I feel like we should be wearing gloves while touching this, maybe? I don't know.
It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it.
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
Oh. Oh.
I went out walking for a couple of hours last night. I bought
They
that in a
look the
little pawn
same.
shop just 2 blocks from the boy's house.
What's that, the discovery of the age or something?
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did the stabbing with exactly the same kind of knife?
Maybe.
It's possible.
But not very probable.
Okay, fellas,
I mean,
let's
he's right,
take our
though. It is
seats. There's no point
possible.
standing around all over the place.
So what are you going to do? You know, we can be here all night.
It's only one night. A boy may die.
I mean, he's right. Like, the stakes are high with this. We should take it seriously.
I want to call for another vote. I want you 11 men to vote by secret written ballot.
I think that is important because I think there was an element of peer pressure with that first vote.
But if anyone votes not guilty, we stay here and talk it out.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I think that's how it should be done. I wonder if now we have a few more not guilty votes.
Guilty. 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 Guilty.
Come on, give me like one more not guilty.
Not guilty.
Okay, there's one.
Brother, you really are something. You sit here, vote guilty like the rest of us.
It might not have been him.
Oh, now just wait a minute. Listen, you can't talk to me like that. No, who do you think you are?
Like all of a sudden you turned on him now that you know his background.
What made you change your vote?
He didn't change his vote. I did.
Yeah, you just assumed it was him.
Would you like me to tell you why?
Well, I'd like to make it clear anyway, if you don't mind.
Do we have to listen to this?
Yes, yes, you should. You should listen to him.
The boy in trial is probably guilty, but I want to hear more. I'm talking here. You have no right to leave this
Can't
room.
hear you. He never will. Let's sit down.
I think we ought to take a break. You know, one man's inside, and I think we ought to wait for him.
Oh, he's guilty for sure. Not a doubt in the whole world. Should have been done already.
Obviously, there is doubt. We can see that there is doubt.
Supposing you talk us all out of this, and kid really did knife his father, huh?
I wonder if we'll find out that there are maybe other flaws in the case.
The old man who lived downstairs says he heard the kid yell out, "I'm going to kill you."
Well, I was wondering how clearly the old man could have heard the boy's voice through the ceiling.
Didn't hear it through the ceiling. The window was open. So was the one upstairs.
It's not that easy to identify a voice, particularly a shouting voice.
Identified it in court.
That's right. And don't forget the lady across the street.
How good is her eyesight? I feel like that was a plot point in My Cousin Vinny, right? It's the only reason I'm thinking about it. Oh, they're not listening at all. So much for taking this seriously.
This isn't a game.
Yeah, someone's life is on the line.
The absolute nerve. All right.
Someone's life is on the line. Someone's life we're talking about.
Has anybody any idea how long it takes an elevator train going at medium speed to pass a given point?
I don't know, maybe 10, 12 seconds?
I lived in a second-floor apartment near the L line once. When the window is open and the train goes by, the noise is almost unbearable.
So they wouldn't have been able to hear the boy yell.
He says he heard the boy say, "I'm going to kill you," and a split second later heard a body hit the floor.
But if the train was going by, you wouldn't be able to hear that.
With the yell roaring past his nose, it's not possible he could have heard it.
That's idiotic. Of course he heard
Do you think he could have heard it?
You're talking about a matter of seconds. Nobody can be that accurate.
Well, I think testimony that could put a boy into the electric chair should be that accurate.
Yeah, you should be 100% sure.
Well, why should he lie? What's he got to gain?
Attention, maybe.
You keep coming in with these bright sayings. Why don't you send them into a paper? They pay $3 a piece.
If you say stuff like that to him again, I'm going to lay you out.
Oh, there's gonna be a fight.
Same if his jacket was split, under the shoulder. I mean, to come to court like that.
Excuse you.
He walked very slowly. He was dragging his left leg and trying to hide it. I think I know this man better than anyone here. Perhaps he made himself believe he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
That's the
most true.
Fantastic story I've ever heard. How can you make up a thing like that?
No, that's very possible. Happens all the time.
Does anybody want a cough drop?
No, thanks. I'll take one. Supposing he really did hear it. This phrase, how many times have all of us used it? I could kill you for that, darling.
Don't tell me you didn't mean it. Anybody says a thing like that the way he said it, they mean it. The kid said he was going to kill him, and he did.
But we don't know.
Do you really think the boy'd shout out a thing like that so the whole neighborhood could hear
Yeah.
He's a common, ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
Gosh.
He doesn't
Oh my gosh.
even speak good English.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
You what?
You heard me.
The vote is 9-3 in favor of guilty.
Wow.
If this isn't the living end, huh? What are you basing it on? Stories this guy made up?
Okay, again, the train was going by at the time that this happened. You wouldn't be able to hear anything. That's a pretty good point against that witness.
It seems to me that this man has some very good points to make. Maybe if we go deeper...
Come on, will ya?
Okay, let him talk.
If he really had killed his father, why would he come back home 3 hours later? Wouldn't he be afraid of being caught?
Came home to get his knife. He finally calmed down. He realized he had left his knife there.
He would have had to be calm enough to see to it that there were no fingerprints left on the knife.
Look, you voted guilty. What side are you on?
I'm simply asking questions.
As you all should be. You all should be asking questions.
I bet he figured nobody'd find the body the next day.
This is my whole point. The woman across the street testified that the moment after she saw the killing, she screamed. So he knew that somebody saw something. I just don't think that he would have gone back.
He's twisting the facts, I'm telling you. Did or didn't the old man see the kid running out of the house at 12:10?
But can we rely on the old man's testimony now? I don't think we can, because I don't think he heard anything with the train going by.
All those voting not guilty, please raise your hands. Still the same.
1, 2, 3.
Not guilty, 9 guilty.
I vote not guilty.
Ah! Okay, so now we have 4. I'm curious if we ever legitimately find out what happened, or if we just find out how they vote.
I want you to get up and tell me why you changed your vote. Come on, now, give me a reason.
I don't have to defend my decision to you.
The kid you just decided isn't guilty was seen ramming this into his father.
That's not the knife, don't you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brilliant.
It's just a knife that looks exactly like that knife.
Are we supposed to believe that he didn't get up and run to his door and see the kid tearing down the steps 15 seconds after the killing? He's just saying so to be important, right?
Did the old man say he ran to the door?
He said he ran, at least I think he did.
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to see a diagram of the apartment.
Oh.
How come you're the only one in this room who wants to see exhibits all the time?
I want to see this one, too.
You should be looking at all of the exhibits, all of the evidence.
I'd like to find out if an old man who drags one foot when he walks can get from his bedroom to his front door in 15 seconds.
He said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
He said 20 seconds.
What's also interesting about this is that even all of their recall of what was said in the trial is different. So, of course, someone's testimony might not be accurate.
He said he got to his own front door as fast as he could, and he swore it couldn't have been more than 15 seconds. He says he crossed to the door and walked down the hall, opened the front door just in time to see the boy running down the stairs. It's 12 feet from the bed to the door. The hall is 43 feet.
That's a good-sized bedroom. It's a long hallway.
Why didn't his lawyer bring it up of its own force?
Maybe he just didn't think about it.
What do you mean didn't think of it? Did you think the man's an idiot or something?
I mean, it seems like his lawyer didn't put a lot of effort into this.
Come on, speed it up. He walked twice as fast as that.
If you want me to walk faster than that, I will.
Yeah, it's going to be longer than 15 seconds.
What's the time?
41 seconds.
41 seconds. And I feel like even with the limp, he was still moving kind of quickly.
Suddenly you start getting through to some of these old ladies. Well, you're not getting through to me. I've had enough.
I hope they get through to you by the end of this.
You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our
But
fingers?
if there
Are you
is
his
any
executioner?
doubt,
I'm one of them.
especially now there's a lot of doubt with all this evidence. You shouldn't give him the death sentence.
You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Oh, yeah, there might actually be a fight.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
Oh.
Is there anything wrong, gentlemen?
Oh, no, everything's all right. We're just, friendly little argument that's...
Just a friendly little argument among 12 angry men.
What are you looking at?
That didn't really look good for your point there, buddy.
Boy, oh boy, it's really hot, huh? Don't you ever sweat?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I could vote guilty.
Not guilty.
He wasn't not guilty before, right?
Guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah. With each vote, we're getting more not guilties.
Guilty. Not guilty.
So now it's 6 and 6.
Guilty.
Wow. We started with 1 not guilty. Here we are.
The vote is now 6-6.
Yeah, it is.
A kid like that.
I don't think the kind of boy he is has anything to do with it. Facts are supposed to determine the case.
Don't give me that. I'm sick and tired of facts. You can twist them any way you like.
That's exactly the point.
Yeah! You should be going off of the facts. My gosh.
That man gets on my...
No, buddy. Just sit down. Sit down. If anything happens to you...
Come on, you're like everybody else. You think too much, you get mixed up.
Maybe you should think a little bit more.
Loudmouth.
Yeah, you tell him.
Hey, what is it with this fan here? How come...
Oh, it does work?
Hey, huh? Must have been on the same switch with the lights.
There we go.
That's a damn stupid thing to do.
Rude! You hit that old man! That's my new favorite movie quote. That's a damn stupid thing to do.
I'm ready to walk into court right now and declare a hung jury. There's no point in this thing going on anymore.
Still don't think there's room for reasonable doubt. No, I don't.
There clearly is if now 5 people have changed their vote.
After the boy claimed he'd been at the movies, couldn't remember the names of the movies.
The boy couldn't remember the names of the movies he saw because he wasn't there that night.
The boy was questioned by the detectives in the kitchen of his apartment, while the body of his father was lying on the floor in the bedroom. Do you think he could remember details under those circumstances?
I do.
He remembered them correctly in court. He named the pictures and the stars who played in them.
It's not difficult for a lawyer to find out what played at a particular theater on a particular night.
I mean, that's true.
Where were you last night?
Oh?
I was home.
Monday night?
My wife and I went to the movies.
What did you see?
The Scarlet Circle.
What was the second feature?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, you can't remember.
The Remarkable Mrs. Bainbridge.
I saw that. It's called The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
Oh?
Yes, The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
Oh, so you couldn't remember perfectly?
And you weren't under an emotional stress, were you?
Oh, you're sweating now!
You can talk till your tongue is dragging on the floor. The boy is guilty, period. He's got those cough drops.
They're all gone, my friend.
He's not gonna give you a cough drop now.
There's something I'd like to say. There was this whole business about the stab wound and how it was made. The downward angle of it, you know. It's a very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's more than half a foot taller than you are.
Give me that. I'll give you a demonstration. Somebody get up.
I feel like someone's actually going to stab someone by the end of this.
What's it all about?
Okay, I was like a little bit worried. What if this doesn't end with a stabbing?
Now,
Then
this
we have
is the
another
way I'd
trial.
stab a man who was taller than I was. Look at the angle. Down and in.
Anybody here ever see a knife fight? He'd never use it like this. See, you lose too much time switching hands.
So you're holding it like this.
Wouldn't handle it any other way.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. That's why they made the open like that.
I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm getting a little tired of this yakety-yakking back and forth. It's getting us nowhere. I changed my vote to not guilty.
You what? You've changed your vote because you say you're sick of all the talking here?
I mean, the talking is kind of the point. There should be talking.
Guilty or not guilty?
I told you. Not guilty.
Why?
Look, I don't have to...
You do have to. Say it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think he's guilty.
Want another vote?
Okay, there's another vote called for.
So now we have 7 not guilty, if not more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whose hand? Whose hand? Whose hand is this? Okay.
9.
There's still 3.
3. I don't understand you people. Look, you know how these people lie? It's born in them. They don't know what the truth is. They get drunk. Oh, they're real big drinkers, all of them.
Okay, clearly you're not voting based on facts whatsoever. You're voting based on prejudice.
Where are you going? Human life don't mean as much to them as it does to us. I've known a couple who were okay, but
Yeah,
that's
they're not
exception,
gonna
you
listen
know
to
what I
you.
mean?
They're not gonna listen to this.
You're making a big mistake, you people. This kid is a liar. I know it. I know all about them. What's happening in here? I'm speaking my piece, and you...
Nope. They're not gonna listen.
These people are dangerous. Listen.
I have. Now sit down and don't open your mouth again.
Oh! Yeah, none of them are going to listen to you.
It's always difficult to keep personal prejudice out of a thing like this. Prejudice always obscures the truth. I don't really know what the truth is. We may be trying to let a guilty man go free, I don't know. But we have a reasonable doubt, and that's something that's very valuable.
So you can't give him the death sentence.
No jury can declare a man guilty unless it's sure.
But I still believe the boy is guilty of murder. The evidence given by the woman across the street who actually saw the murder committed.
Again, how good is her eyesight?
She saw the killing through the windows of a passing L train.
Which that seems sketchy in the first place. I don't know if you'd be able to see that happen.
As far as I can see it, this is unshakable testimony.
I think it's a little shakeable. The glasses! Like, did she wear her glasses to bed? Did she put them on?
It's 6:15.
Don't you feel well?
I feel perfectly well, thank you.
You made a gesture that reminded me of something.
I'm trying to settle something here, do you mind?
Well, I think this is important.
I feel like the glasses are significant. Like, the eyesight is significant.
Your eyeglasses made those 2 deep impressions in the sides of your nose. Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I've never worn eyeglasses. 20/20.
Good for you. I can't relate.
The woman who testified that she saw the killing had those same marks on the sides of her nose.
Because she wears glasses.
She's making a tremendous effort to look 35 for her first public appearance.
How do you know whether she wore glasses? Just because she was rubbing her nose?
Now, she had those marks. I saw them.
Yeah, she wears glasses.
Well, what point are you making here? She had dyed hair, marks on her nose. Well, what does that mean?
That she wears glasses!
I'm giving you that. From glasses, right? She didn't want to wear them out of the house so people would think she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Do you wear glasses when you go to bed?
No, I don't. No one wears eyeglasses to bed.
You will break them.
I'm also guessing that she probably didn't put her glasses on when she turned and looked casually out of the window. Maybe she honestly thought she saw the boy kill his father. I say she only saw a blur. The woman's eyesight is in question now.
She had to be able to identify a person 60 feet away at night.
Yeah, I could not do that.
You can't send someone off to die on evidence like that.
Don't you think the woman might have made a mistake?
No.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
No, it's not possible.
Okay, so you don't even care to listen to any of them.
Not guilty.
This is exciting.
You think he's guilty?
I think he's
Whoa!
guilty.
I thought you'd be the last one to change.
I'm convinced. Not guilty.
What's the matter with
So
you?
we just have
I
one
have a
more.
reasonable doubt now.
11 to 1.
But what about all the other evidence?
But the fact that there's reasonable doubt, you can't give him the death sentence.
I don't care whether I'm alone or not. It's my right.
It's your right. We want to hear your arguments.
Yeah.
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We want to hear them again.
You probably don't even know what your argument is at this point.
But I mean, everything says he's guilty. What do you think? I'm an idiot or something?
You won't even listen to
Why
what
don't
they
you
have to
take that
say.
stuff about the old man? The old man who lived there and heard everything.
But he couldn't have! Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Here. Rotten kids, you work your life out.
I think you're going through a lot of stuff, and you probably shouldn't bring it into this room. Look at the facts, buddy.
Not guilty.
Wow.
Not guilty.
There we go.
We're ready now.
Wow, it started with one not guilty, and here we are. Or are you going to get his coat for him? Great, that's such a kind gesture. He's been going after you this whole time, but you still helped him.
What's your name?
Davis.
My name's McCardle. Well, so long. So long.
Nice meeting you. Then they just go about their lives. The end. Okay, yeah, this movie is so good. Yeah, this movie was so good. Okay, Henry Fonda is Jane Fonda's father. I see. I figured they were related. Some of these actors did look so familiar, but I don't think I would have seen any of them in anything. Maybe they just looked like other actors. I'm trying to see if any of these actors have like recognizable kids, because some of them just look so familiar, but I don't really think so. I think Henry Fonda is really the only name I know. Yeah, I'm honestly going to be thinking about this movie for a long time because it's just so good and so well done. I mean, I feel like I was captivated just from the beginning and just so invested in the story and finding out what would happen next. I mean, it's so fascinating to see how just one juror was able to convince the rest of them that there was reasonable doubt in this case. And you just see one by one, all of them switch over. Yeah, this was fascinating to watch. It's also, I love how even with listening to the jurors discuss the case, they didn't agree with all of the facts. They were just going off of what they remembered with the case. So, I mean, that shows just those little details here and there show that a testimony might not be completely accurate. Or recall is not necessarily 100% accurate. And it was so fascinating just to go through like all of the evidence and just to find faults in the case. Oh, this was just fascinating to watch. It's also so interesting how, I mean, with so many of them, or a lot of them weren't even interested in listening to the facts. They were walking into the room with their own prejudices. And you could see that even in the room, how they would go at each other. Like, clearly that's what they were voting off of for the longest time rather than the facts. And again, like some of them didn't even care to listen to the facts. So this was so fascinating to see just one by one how each of them turned to not guilty. Yeah, this movie is just so well done. I mean, all of them are incredible in their roles. Yeah, I really loved watching this. Also, it's interesting how we actually don't really know what happened. And I mean, that's the point. There was reasonable doubt with the case, so they can't give him a guilty verdict. So we were kind of right there in the room with the jurors as an audience because we didn't see it happen. We don't actually know what happened. I mean, he could be guilty for all we know, but because there is reasonable doubt, you can't give him the death sentence. You just can't do that. I mean, I just loved everything about this movie. It was so well done. It's so interesting how our set, other than like right at the beginning and right at the end, we were just in that room, but it was still so interesting to watch. And the story was so good. And the dynamics and the back and forth was just so captivating that we didn't really need anything complicated. We didn't need fancy sets. We didn't need fancy costumes. It was just all of the jurors presenting their case. So yeah, I'll just be thinking about this movie for a long time. This was so good, so fascinating to watch, so captivating. And I'm so glad that I've finally seen 12 Angry Men. Well, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.